blow me, Sonny. You know I don't use that name anymore.
Продолжаем.
Okay, Mr. Dumbass alias Phil Marlowe.
So says someone who tried to go undercover with a feather pillow mafia is a turkey, right, Mr. Turk Cayman?
Hey, that was a long time ago. I was young.
And I stick to my principles and my stupidity. Phil Marlowe, and that's that. Don't rile me up, you.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I'm a little clucked tonight.
I know the feeling, pal. By the way, what are you two doing here? You stick out a bit. Are you here for a good old-fashioned beating?
We stick out? Man, you look terrible. Like someone who sat on an electric pole.
Don't even ask. I feel exactly like that.
You want a case?
5 feet tall, half of that legs. Angelic voice, demonic eyes, just the usual.
Oh, boy.
And you?
Something like that. Just don't know the exact numbers yet. A dame named Natasha. She called us here. If I'm not mistaken, the joint is hers.
Yeah, she owns the joint, amongst others. Well, good luck, guys. That broad has a reputation. She's not the kind to toy with, if you know what I mean.
Any useful information?
For free?
Stop clucking around, Philmar.
All right, but just because of the old days. Look for me after you've talked to her. You wouldn't understand what I have to say about her before then. Don't leave unless you're thrown out, in which case, you know the drill. We don't know each other.
Good to see you too, old pal. We'll be back. Don't be shy, Sonny. Just
Still talking to yourself, huh?
2 whiskeys, kid, and no horsing around.
I've never heard that one before. Sonny, you gotta drive, you know?
Yeah, you're right, Marty. Hey, Longface, give me a glass of tap water too, okay?
Yes, sir. Come. That wasn't exactly what I meant.
Yeah, sorry, but we have to run. Thanks.
Ugh, my name is not Bojack. I tip you, pal, but I don't have any change. Sure, sir. The Tsar welcomes you back anytime.
Sounds good, Bojack.
Anything else?
No thanks, Mr. Ed. Keep up the good work. Tell me, hey breath, have you seen Natasha tonight?
Not yet, sir. But she's coming on soon.
Well, can you tell me anything about Mr. Ibn Wesley?
Sir, I don't want...
What about, let's see, $5 maybe?
But, sir, you haven't even paid for your drinks. Yeah, stop riding on the details, Big Nose. You do your job, and we'll do ours, okay?
I mean, we're not here for work, of course. We're just here to relax.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Just a little fun. Of course, gentlemen.
Just one more thing, Phil.
I see you haven't...
Do you think we're walking into a trap?
You know, I couldn't figure out this Natasha woman, even when I worked for her.
Then the trouble is bigger than I thought.
Just take care of yourselves. And don't leave your guns out of reach.
Oh, that's never happened.
Yeah, this crazy cock even sleeps with his.
Welcome to the club, Brother Bird.
Take care, Phil.
You too, old fart.
Так, а чё там, она за крыса пришла?
I was hoping to have missed the main event.
You're a rusty old cock, that's why.
So says the little butt jam.
But what? That's not even a word.
It is now, all because of you. You should feel honored.
But, you know, Sonny, sometimes you're like an evil little child.
What is it, butt jam?
Nothing, old fart.
What is it, butt?
That woman with Ibn, I think I know her from somewhere.
Maybe in your dreams, pal. Jeez, just spare me the dirty details.
Isn't that?
Yes, it is. The great Ibn Wessler, in the flesh. So much for our incognito.
You think he noticed us?
Only if he's not entirely blind.
Great.
Just try to act normal.
Yup, that's him. The big...
Well, it looks like this unpleasant conversation can't be avoided. Just act nonchalant, my friend.
No, it can't be.
What now?
Is that Olivia?
No, Marty.
Hey, Olivia.
Are you talking to me?
It's me, Marty McChicken.
Oh, God.
What a pleasant surprise. The Rooster Copper's in person.
Chicken police. But yeah, Mr. Wessler, you could say so. The name's...
Sunny Featherland, of course. Chicken police. Your pop.
Marty McChicken. Sir, I just introduced myself to your lady companion seconds ago.
Oh, yeah. I'm so happy to see you.
Hello, boys.
So, to what do we owe this pleasure, gentlemen?
Yeah, so, we were, just in the neighborhood, and...
Cut the crap, Marty. All right, we're here for your sweetheart, Natasha.
Oh, I see.
No big deal. Just a blackmail thing. You know, horrifying threats written on the wall with blood-red paint. The usual stuff. You must be familiar with this kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, indeed. It's, nasty business. But I didn't know Natasha hired a detective because of this simple matter. But to be honest, I understand. I would have taken matters into my own hands, you see. But
Mr. Wessler had a meeting with Attorney General Hamtaro yesterday, so he's rather tired. If you would excuse us.
oh, dear Olivia, it's okay. These gentlemen are just doing their job, right? And if I've heard correctly, they're notoriously thorough.
We've got a few questions, if you don't mind.
I'm at your service.
Так, ага, ну.
Come to daddy, darling. Come to daddy, darling.
Calling booze darling, it's kind of weird, don't you think?
Says someone who calls his gun collection his harem.
Touche. I'll shut it.
Good birdie.
А, вместе-то все, да, рассмотреть.
Molly, my ex-wife. I haven't dusted you off in a while, partner. Looks like I may be needing you now. Ironic, but... Oh man, I totally get you. The Geez, just spare me.
Don't be shy, detective. Yes.
All right, Mr. Wessler. Nice bunker you got here.
Well, thank you, but it's not mine. Not anymore. But I'm sure you already know that. Listen, detective. If you want to know something, please ask straight, huh?
All right, Mr. Wessler, let's make this a bit more professional.
I'm not as exciting as people tend to believe. I grew up in a poor family of many siblings. I'm the only one still alive, unfortunately. My career started with a shoe store, and now, here
I wouldn't call that an average life. Shoe store owner to mob boss.
How dare you speak to Mr. Wessler like that?
Leave it, Olivia, dear. It's just provocation.
I'm sorry if I offended you, Mr. Wessler. Shall we talk about something else?
Everybody knows Mr. Hayworth. He's an antique piece of furniture in this city, so to speak.
Only a bit worn out.
It's not my fault that he's so much in debt, detective, but the name of his family still rings quite loud in Clawville.
Is that still worth anything?
The name is just their name, of course, but the man behind the name is another matter, Mr. Featherland.
You're a pragmatic rat.
Thank you.
Has your assistant been working for you?
Are you talking about me?
Yes, I'm talking about you, ma'am.
Let me answer your question then. I've been in Mr. Wessler's employment for 6 months.
Oh, just routine questioning, you know. Most of them aren't good for anything.
It sounded rude to me.
Yeah, please forgive a detective. Olivia's a real firecracker. Look, detective, if you want to know something, just ask.
All right, Mr. Wessler. Has your assistant been working?
Are you talking about...
Look, detective.
All right, Mr. Wessler. Wessler's a tricky guy. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about him, so I have to be cunning. I can't just... How did you feel when you heard about the blackmail?
Honestly, I found it ridiculous.
And now?
Now I'm kinda interested. But I wouldn't call it blackmail yet. They're just empty threats. There were no demands.
Good point.
Thank you. Are we done?
No, not quite.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You seem a very busy man. May I ask what you do?
It's, uninteresting.
Would you elaborate?
I got a small share in the meat substitute business. If the new product works, maybe we can make your job easier.
You mean reduce predation in Clawville?
There are such plans. If you're interested, talk to Olivia, my assistant.
Thank you. That's it for now. Is this place yours?
No, it's not mine.
Never been yours in the past?
Why do you ask questions you already know the answer to, huh? Yeah, it was mine. Now it belongs to Natasha. She's my...
You're very taciturn, Mr. Wessler.
Look, I'll gladly talk to anyone about business, and even happier to talk about art. But, I'm no...
Sorry for any offense, Mr. Wessler. Wessler is tougher than I thought, and he's secretive. It's time to gently beat... Do you spend a lot of your time here?
It's a strange question, you know.
Humor me.
Of course I spend a lot of time here. I'm here every time Natasha performs. Sadly, it's getting rarer.
Is it compatible with your other business?
Huh? What? Writing threatening messages?
I didn't say that.
You're sly for a foul featherland. But...
I guess not, Mr. Wessler. Business going well, Mr. Wessler?
Depends on...
Real estate, catering, charity, protection, extortion, bribing cops, contraband, the usual.
Funny guy.
How are the casinos?
Fine, thank you. Gambling has always been a good business. Luck is expensive around here.
Damn, if only I knew that. I heard gambling was illegal.
And I've heard You're not on the force at the moment.
Then it seems we have a fair fight.
On uneven ground, Mr. Featherland. I'm not sure I'd stand on it for long, if I were you.
That was candid.
Eh, I try to be...
Is everything all right between you and Natasha?
Yeah, you don't beat around the bush, do you? Understandable, I guess. Naturally, our relationship is stable and perfect. I'm the setting, she's the gemstone. Yeah, if you know what I mean.
I rarely hear such poetry, but I understand exactly what you mean, Mr. Wessler.
So, you have your...
No recent friction.
Wouldn't you like to know?
It would make my job easier.
Yeah, it would only lead you astray. So be glad that I tell you no. No.
Ibn is quick-tempered, and I can use that to my advantage. I've confounded and softened him with my previous questions. Now... The mob boss and the pussycat, eh? How did you even meet?
Huh? Are you trying to piss me off, Corpora, so I accidentally let...
A simple answer would work.
You know, Natasha, she's both connoisseur and...
You don't remember? That's strange.
Ah, yeah. The Millions, of course. It was like another lifetime. It happened right here. Only this place was called the Millions back then. She was a dancer. Behind the scenes, I arranged opportunities for her on the big stage. Yeah, maybe she still doesn't know it was me. Then one day, I invited her for a drink with a promise that if she was willing to meet me, I'd buy the place for her.
Now, I guess she was willing.
The next day, she had the club in her name.
Well, that is romantic.
Yeah, there are many kinds of romance, Birdman. There's cheap and there's expensive. You get what you can afford.
Do you live in the same house as Natasha?
Oh, you're really something. Natasha's a free woman, but mostly, yeah, at my place in Gold Town. But she has her own...
How often does she use the weekend house?
Yeah, every other weekend.
I see. That's very important information.
Yeah, if you say so.
Очень полезно.
Is she completely alone when she's there at the weekend?
As I've told you, Natasha's a free woman, eh? She's an adult.
Are you afraid for her? You know, a big star like her, alone in that house.
I never said a black car doesn't drive by 2 or 3 times a day, but, it's just caution. Huh. I'm not a monster after all, am I?
I suppose not. So Natasha feels like she's in grave danger, yet she's still going out alone.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at, but I'm 100% sure of her loyalty. She's gone out very rarely since this started, and mostly in my company. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure if you do, but, in our social circles...
Illegal gambling nights.
You got me there. Yeah, you're right. Natasha is crazy about the roulette wheel.
Always putting it all on the red, right?
Yeah, you're a real rotten bastard, Sonny. Although, yeah, always on the red.
So, can we meet your lady?
I don't see why not. But first, please, listen to her sing. She's on soon.
Что допрос закончен, видимо, выйдет, да? Ух ты, как хорошо.
Thank you for your time. We'll be seeing you.
I have no doubt about that, unfortunately.
Hey, we should grab a coffee or something, Olivia. You know, for old time's sake.
Pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. Goodbye.
Oh.
Please, take a seat. The show's gonna start soon.
Ну-ка, Наташа, посмотрим сейчас. Ну какая? Шикарная дамочка.
Sonny.
Теряю штыла.
Sonny.
Chloe's still lying in my bed, and it's dead.
That was, unique.
Oh, that is cute. Nobody has ever given me such a unique compliment before.
Forgive me, my name is Santino Featherland.
I thought so. You look more or less like I imagined.
More or less.
Sometimes less is more, Mr. Featherland.
You were amazing, dear, as always.
Could you be my little furball and fetch me a cocktail?
But of course.
Ibn will be back soon. We'll have a few minutes to talk. Then he'll end the conversation and throw you both out. Doesn't matter, he'll do it. That's why I'm telling you. I don't want a scene. My room's upstairs. Meet me there in 20 minutes. Come alone, Sonny. You'd be too conspicuous otherwise.
Hey.
I understand. You know, they call him Target Marty at the station.
I don't have time, Mr. Featherland.
Sure thing, Natasha. I'll come to your room. 3 knocks, a short pause, then another 3.
I'll be waiting. Go, before he comes back.
I knew she was trouble the first time I saw her. She wore danger like a perfume. It was simply part of her being, and it attracted me, like light attracts the moth people. I wanted to be the microphone as she whispers her melodies, or the pillow she rests her feet on while reading some cheap romance. I wanted to be her nightdress, barely touching, barely covering her marble skin. But I was a cop, and a lifetime wouldn't be enough to rid myself of what a woman like her hides under her makeup. Keep your distance, Sonny. Just keep your distance.
Очень даже впечатление.
I bet you spend a lot of your time staring into the mirror. Do you even recognize yourself?
Maybe you were trying to be rude, but, you know, that's a very good question.
I was just trying to be rude.
Oh, really? Well, then I'm sorry.
Don't mention it. So this is where the magic happens, right?
Every woman needs a little magic, and every man needs some illusion.
You're right there, Angel. So this is where the magic... You got a beautiful place here, Natasha. A peaceful little island on the ocean of madness, with very classy furniture.
Ibn likes me surrounded by elegant things, you know.
You're an elegant thing yourself, sweet.
Oh, that's charming. Thank you, detective.
Light is the brother of darkness.
More like its lover, don't you think? Anyway.
I'm not a poet, Natasha.
Oh, what an act.
Light.
Ooh la la.
Gee, that is a unique picture and kind of daring. I admit I've never seen anything quite like it before.
Yes, I admit it's a little daring. I keep it. It evokes good memories. A precious old friend of mine. He was a wonderful artist.
He's got an eye, that's for sure, considering his model.
Was that supposed to be some kind of compliment?
I don't know. I don't compliment often. Not on purpose, anyway.
Oh, you're funny.
This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and... This woman's...
Свет, свет выключай.
This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination.
How do you like your bourbon, Mr. Featherland?
In a glass. But thanks, I had a couple before I came. I feel like this may be a long...
I hope it doesn't bother you if I have one myself.
I get offended if women don't drink in my company.
Oh, you are a funny guy.
So I've been told. Anyway, lovely room.
Yes. Look, Mr. Featherland.
It's sunny. Saves us a lot of time.
Okay, Sonny.
So, why am I here?
You know, men tend to babble in my presence.
It must be exhausting.
It is. But you're not the type to beat around the bush.
Is it too banal if I tell you it's an occupational hazard?
Terribly.
So can I start the unpleasant questions?
I've asked you here so you can do what you do best.
О, я сейчас сделал тебя лучшего микса.
Really? I thought you asked because you wanted me to investigate for you. But if you'd rather be drinking...
How do you like your...
In a glass.
I hope...
I get a...
Oh, you...
So I've been told...
Yes.
It's sunny.
Okay.
So, why am...
You know, men...
It must be...
It is. But you're not the type to beat around the bush.
Is it too banal if I tell you it's not?
Terribly.
So can I start the unpleasant?
I've asked you here.
Really? I thought you asked because you wanted me to investigate.
You do have a sense of humor.
Only if I'm a bit hungover. That's usually quite common.
Oh, please drop the act about being the alcoholic, heartbroken ex-cop, Sonny. It would undoubtedly suit you, but I've seen you scanning my room. From the second you set foot in here, you started work.
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, it's something like that.
Well then, Sonny, come at me.
Well, that's something I don't hear often. With pleasure. This woman's aware of her. Seriously, how did you find me? Not even my boss knows where I live.
Although I didn't include Ibn in my little private mission, some of his resources were still available to me.
Yeah, let me guess. There's someone at the station working for him.
Someone? You're so cute when you're playing naive.
Have you ever had dealings with the police?
Not in this city.
And otherwise?
Does it really matter, Mr. Featherland?
Maybe it does. More than a little.
I'm afraid you'll have to unravel that thread yourself. But you will find nothing but a dead end.
Так, все, да, только допрос остался.
Natasha is a confident woman. I can exploit that. But I must be careful. Every part of her oozes danger. That was a remarkable performance.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Do you perform here frequently? You're also the owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Sadly, I don't have the time, but the stage still calls my name, and I perform just a few times a year.
Okay.
And always with a new song.
So that was all the excitement.
I have many admirers, if that's what you mean. Yes.
The picture on the wall is quite daring.
Only if you knew how old I was at the time.
I think I'm on a slippery slope here.
Come on, don't be shy.
All right. How old were you?
Did you really believe I'd tell you?
You're quite a player, aren't you?
Life is anything but a game, detective.
You tell me. Do you think one of your admirers might be behind the threats?
Those who admire me usually idolize me. No, I don't think it's one of them.
You know, the soul of an animal is extremely complicated. Sometimes all it takes is a bad look or some small rejection to turn admiration into hate.
That's a stillborn theory. No one hates me if they once loved me, Mr. Detective.
Ah, I see.
Сложно.
Do you have any material evidence concerning...
You may think I'm irresponsible, but I didn't keep any of it. I simply couldn't bear to look at them.
Didn't you think maybe the police would need it?
I didn't think I needed the police. Moreover, do you think the girlfriend of...
I see. So, what about me?
It sounds ridiculous, but you're my last hope.
That does sound ridiculous, but I accept. My ego and old habits.
You can't do anything else, can you?
Something like that. A leopard can't change its spots. Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth. It doesn't matter how hard Natasha's trying to hide it. She's... What was in those threats, exactly?
The message itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
Ну,
But a word again and again is threatening.
Exactly.
So,
You really don't have any idea which word could be used for a woman like me?
I guess I do. Yes, I think I know what it could be.
Whore. Cat got your tongue? Am I right? You heard it. I said what you were thinking. And yes, that was in the message. That was printed on the paper and painted on my wall in giant red letters.
Well, thank you for your honesty. What about Fillmore? Is he here because of you?
Mr. Lowe helped me before, and yes, he was the first I approached.
You've managed to curb my enthusiasm a little.
Doesn't keeping two irons in the fire give me a better chance? But you don't have to worry. He didn't find anything. And he's not interested anymore, no matter how much I offer to pay him.
Why?
You'll have to ask him.
I think I'll do that. A dark shadow from the past. An ex-lover. A husband, maybe.
I'm surprised you asked that just now.
Well, I have my habits. Some call my methods peculiar.
What a curious way to put it.
I'm a curious kind of fellow. So?
I've never been married, and I don't really have any.
A more dangerous, not serious relationship, maybe?
I've never been with anyone long enough for them to hate me.
Love is just another face of hate.
So is hate a face of love, then?
I guess. Were you on the run?
No, Mr. Featherland. I came to Clawville with a clean slate, and I'd like to believe it will stay that way.
You mean as the girlfriend of Ibn Wessler, the biggest mob boss in Clawville. Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough game. let's stop beating about the bush. How do you know Molly?
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
You knew very well that if you threw in the name of my wife, I'd come to you, no matter how vague and suspicious the case was. I just want to know if you're simply a manipulator, or you're really that desperate.
I really know her. I'm not lying.
Oh, really? How? Were you a nurse, too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Don't be rude and so cynical, Sonny.
I'm sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Molly is an old and good friend of mine. She has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
Yeah, Natasha, you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
Look, forgive me. I shouldn't have brought your wife into this.
You're right, you shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but I haven't seen her in years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Really?
Ты бы знала, если она хороший друг.
I did. I knew. I checked you out before I sent Deborah.
Luck me. This case is getting more and more intriguing. What exactly do you want from me?
You are really as good as they say you are. And I'm not selling lucky dips, Sonny. Find them.
Whatever it takes.
Ничего.
Not exactly, but...
You know, if I didn't see the speck of fear behind the confidence shining in your eyes, I wouldn't take the case.
I'm not afraid.
You're terrified, Natasha. Don't be ashamed.
You must solve this. As soon as you can. Money's not an issue.
Блин, нормально же все было.
Natasha is a... That was a remark.
I'm glad you enjoyed.
Do you perform here?
Sadly,
So that was
I have many.
the picture on the wall. Do you think one of you... Do you have any material? Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth. It doesn't... What was in... What about film? A dark... Natasha is a... Let's stop. What exactly do you... Natasha is a confident woman. I can That was a remark.
I'm glad.
Do you...
Said.
So that...
I have many.
The place is very elegant.
Why, thank you.
I kind of feel like I'm in a museum.
That depends on the kind of music.
The kind with nice things.
Oh,
Suspiciously nice things.
Do you think I'm...
We'll see about that.
Try me.
Так, хорошо.
What can you tell me about Ibit?
You should be more specific.
Don't you think this is a cliched formula? The bimbo and the mob boss?
Look, Mr. Featherland, I can tolerate bad manners, but I can't stand...
Did I cross a line?
Disappointingly...
Sorry, I've got the bound...
Well, okay.
Santino Featherland at your service.
Да.
If it... Don't need... What? No one... So attack... Let's not... You play... Natasha is a... That was a remarkable performance.
I'm glad you enjoyed...
Do you perform?
Sadly...
So that was all...
I have many admirers.
The place is very elegant.
Why, thank...
I kind of feel... The kind with...
Oh...
Suspiciously nice.
Do you think...
We'll see about...
Try me.
Так, так.
Do you think one of your
Вот сюда надо
admirers...
водить.
Those who admire...
You know, the...
That's a stillborn.
Ah, I see. Why Deborah? She's a nice girl, but...
Didn't you ask her the same thing?
I did, but I like to hear it from all...
Well, since this whole thing started, I admit I'm...
Ibn Wessler has nothing to do with this?
Ibn has everything to do with me. Almost everything. But I didn't want to upset...
Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth.
Так,
What was in...
The message...
понятно.
Could the threats have anything to do with the...
You mean I'm a cat?
Every interracial relationship has risk.
Clawville's a very open and free city, but I guess you see more...
One of the most common causes in homicidal and predatory cases, ma'am. So...
Well, I don't know about that. Nobody ever questioned our relationship openly. We are what we are. And you know, if you're interested...
It must be one interesting relationship, that's for sure. I'm not...
Maybe one day you'll experience it, Sonny. Have you ever been with a predator before?
Well...
Well...
That's unsteady ground, Natasha. Let's turn...
As you wish.
How many fools like me have you used...
In all my life? Well...
I just forget it. I don't want to know. Curiosity killed the...
I'm just joking. You're not a fool, Sonny. I know that was supposed to be a kind of insult, but it usually rolls right off me. I can't take cock-a-doodling, so you can put aside the strutting stuff while you're talking to me.
Fair point. Broadcast... Natasha is a mysterious...
Ёбушки.
Let's stop beating about the bush. How do you know Molly?
I'm prepared for that question, but it's...
Ну я привет, Леха.
You played me from the start.
It wasn't my...
I'm an old cock, Natasha. I've played too many of these games, and I've been...
So, you're going...
You're damn right. I don't know if it...
Look, Sonny, money...
Oh yeah, your fawn had already mentioned that. But unfortunately, it'll be hard to spend all that.
Dead. Don't even...
Do you have a gun?
Me?
Of course you, Natasha.
not a thing.
Well, let me give you some advice. Keep it with you.
You don't think they, whoever they are, would...
Don't be naive, Natasha.
You're right.
I don't want to scare you, but 2 cops snooping around can mess something like this up, even if it's just 2.
You'll keep snooping? Thank you, son.
Maybe you're getting yourself into even deeper trouble with me. Thank me when... Natasha is a confident woman. I can... That was a remark.
I'm glad.
Do you before?
Said...
So that was a... The place is...
Да, прыгнуть точно надо, хуйня получается.
Do you think one of... Do you have any deep behind the diamond skin? What was in... No one's ever seen the culprit? Not even a shadow?
That's one of the most curious things. Ibn has men everywhere, literally, my shadows, ghosts in every alley. But no one saw any.
One of them could be the culprit.
Ibn pays his animals well, and he's the most dangerous man in the city. A combination that nullifies your theory, I believe?
Maybe, ma'am. Love is capable of insane miracles and miraculous insanity.
What poetry. Did you ever think about writing?
Never. I'm afraid I'd learned too much about myself.
Maybe that's the point. I would read about you. Not like the chicken police Pulp Fiction.
Furry hell. Do you read that trash?
Like everyone else in the city.
Oh, great.
I think it's flattering, even as badly written tales of heroes in the gutter.
You enjoy?
Oh, just a little, Sonny. Just a little.
Так.
A dark shadow from the past?
I'm surprised you asked that.
Well, I have my hat. Natasha is a mysterious... Let's stop beating about the... What exactly do you want from me?
You are really as good.
Whatever it takes.
Not exactly.
You know, if I didn't see the spec...
I'm not afraid.
You're terrified.
You must solve this. As soon...
Не должно быть правильно.
Just one more thing, Sonny.
Natasha?
Please, come to 37 Rochester Street in Flower Town tonight. I'd like to show you something that could be of a great help.
I was afraid this was coming. Why there? Why not here and now?
It's something I keep hidden there. I won't take the risk of Ibn or one of his men seeing it.
Isn't Ibn too dangerous to keep secrets from?
So,
Здравствуйте.
a woman is naked without her secrets. I knew you would understand.
Oh yeah, I understand everything. So, when do we meet?
I'll be there in an hour. Don't be early, and don't be too late.
Look, Natasha, you know...
Please, this is very important to me.
Sure, I get it. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Until later, Natasha.
Goodbye, Sonny.
This woman's aware. Do you have a light, Natasha?
I'm sorry. I've never smoked.
Really? That's very uncommon in your line of work.
It was uncommon in all my previous lines of work, too. But I promise.
I might take you up on...
No trouble at all.
Why did you name it the Tsar Club when you took over? It was the Millions before.
Maybe you can guess my origins from my name and my accent. I come from the eastern Tsardom of Slavonia. We are quite respectful of our leaders.
Do you feel that's not the case here in Clawville?
Here? No. Absolutely not, Mr. Featherland. Many here don't even know the name of their king. To them, he's only the Fox King.
There's some truth to that.
Where I'm from, we choose our leaders ourselves. And whatever they do later, we proudly stand by our decision.
So that's why the name, in respect to your country.
Don't take me for so sentimental. It's only partly the reason. We lived there until I was 14. Then we had to flee. It doesn't matter why. In the end, I was the only one who made it to Clawville. So the name isn't because of nostalgia or respect. More like a reminder.
So, why Deborah?
I could not seek you out in person. It was risky even to send Debbie. I'm sorry I got her mixed up in this. She's ill.
So?
I could not seek...
It's too late now. Mr. Wessler is aware of my little investigation.
I'm sorry I got her mixed up in this.
She looked like one. May I be brash?
It's New Year's Eve. Everything goes tonight.
Ibn, do you love him?
In my own way.
Whatever that means.
You can't understand this, Sonny. There are women who can't actually love. Not like they're supposed to. But that doesn't mean they don't love however they can.
That's not a real answer, is it?
If you only accept yes or no, then yes, I love him.
So this message...
I'm sorry I had to upset you, Sonny. But if I didn't take that step, would we be talking here right now?
Well, probably I'd be dead drunk and counting sheepmen in my dreams.
I'm good for you, you see?
You're a real angel. Why just me? What's wrong with my partner?
Nothing in the world. I just like to be discreet. I wanted to talk to you in private because of Molly.
Thank you for your discretion. It means a lot.
Don't mention it.
Why just me? So, who's this Olivia bird?
I know well what you're curious about. You want to know if she's sleeping with Ibn.
The thought may have crossed my mind.
You men. But...
You don't care?
As long as he loves me, I don't.
Well, that's your business. What do you know about her?
She's not the one threatening me. You can be sure of that. I know that was your next thought. The lovesick assistant is jealous of the boss's girlfriend and wants to flick her out of the picture. It would even stand up, but Olivia doesn't have feelings. If she let Ibn sleep with her, it's because she does what...
That was so honest and raw, I'm inclined to believe it. Do you have a light, Natasha?
Ну все, на выход.
Well,
Weren't you supposed to be waiting in the car?
I was bored to tears, Sonny. I also thought maybe something happened to you.
You thought Natasha had eaten me alive, huh?
Well, who knows? You're such a fragile little thing.
I'm too old for this, Marty.
Then next time, leave the dangerous predators to me.
I didn't mean that, Marty. I meant you.
Oh.
Oh, it's you. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Look, we really don't want to dig into your personal life, but
But what exactly is my relationship with Mr. Wessler?
you don't beat around the bush, man.
Well, actually, I remember.
I don't have time to chit-chat, Mr. Featherland. So yes, I'm not one to beat around the bush. And no, I'm not sleeping with Mr. Wessler.
Well, thanks for the quick and straight answer.
Anything else?
Look, Olivia.
Please, Marty, there's no need.
Yes, there is. I know I wasn't a gentleman, and I know I should have called.
You don't have to explain. I wasn't waiting long for your call. I forgot about it fast.
That's good to hear, I suppose.
I'm sorry we disturbed.
Not at all. Have a nice evening.
Do you come here often, Olivia?
No, not really.
Well, okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. You know, Ibn's not as ferocious as you'd think. On the contrary, he's become very...
I heard. Don't you find that weird?
Sometimes an animal just has enough. Fed up and wants a change.
Well, thank you for your honesty, ma'am. What's your relationship with Miss Natasha?
We've talked a bit, that's all.
There's no tension between you? You know, the pretty secretary.
Oh, thank you for your compliment, Mr. Featherland. No, no tension. Natasha's an intelligent woman. I respect her.
Is that mutual?
That I can't tell.
If I'm not mistaken, Natasha has a weekend house.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you tell me anything about it?
I've never been there. Allegedly, it's beautiful. Elegant and luxurious. Just like Natasha herself.
Ну все.
Excuse me, pal. My...
Gabriel, what do you want? Chickens.
Do you happen to know where Mr. Wessler went?
Do you take me for a fool? Get out of here while...
Okay. What a lovely kitten. Listen, pal.
Did I stutter, chicken? Get lost.
Remember that other case with... You know, Sonny, I love Laura, and I swear I'm gonna marry her.
I wouldn't mess with Laura if I were you, pal. Wouldn't even think about it. There are few women as dangerous as her. And not...
You're telling me. Ah, this is the life, huh? What's this guy do?
He looks like...
Creepy little squirrel girl.
So, have you...
In fact, yes. She was,
I bet she was. You know, I've never abandoned a case before. No.
You're, too old for this shit, huh?
As you say, pal.
That's exactly how I felt, too.
Before you leave, take this.
What is it?
The reason I've decided all of this is not worth it for me.
Wow, that sounds encouraging.
Take care of yourselves, guys. This case...
Oh, that makes my feathers stand on end.
Ah, old croakers. You're safe while I'm here. Okay, I didn't say anything.
Так, чё там? Ага, вот. Бумага.
We stepped into it, didn't we? We stepped into it, didn't we?
А чё там понимаю? Номера какие-то.
Of all that's furry, what kind...
Exactly. I have no idea, but I don't even want to find out.
Those names, all top dogs. Maybe they play cards together.
Sure, that's very likely. Anyway, I pried this list out of a dead man's hand. Somebody dropped him out.
I should have known she was keeping secrets.
Keeping secrets? She's...
Thanks, Filmar. This could be...
don't thank me. Maybe I've just signed your death warrant.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh, shut up, Marty.
The truth is, Ibn's a dirty bastard, but he's likable. It must be his charisma that snared.
Maybe there's more to it than simple wild love.
Who knows? Animals commit the dirtiest of deeds.
You've got a point. We stepped into it, didn't we?
That's an understatement. Oh,
Belong to the upper crust, yeah?
it's only some sex cult, if you're lucky.
Don't even go there, Marty.
Yeah, all right.
Wonderful girl. Either I'm gonna kill her or I'm beginning to like her.
That's funny. I swear I've heard that before.
To be honest, me too.
So, Natasha invited us to her weekend house.
That's either very good news or very...
50%. That's not that bad, is it?
That's an admirable attitude.
Attitude, yeah, he's got that. Most of the time, I think that's all he's got.
Hey.
Who is this woman anyway? She's like Ibn's shadow. Nobody knows anything about her.
I don't know if she has anything to do with the case, but it's worth keeping an eye on her anyway.
More women, more trouble.
You already fantasizing.
Even the sight of young women make me tired. Anyway, most people say she's the rat's lover too. But next to Natasha, I doubt he'd want her. Anyway, the pussycat would have already torn her to shreds.
Could be. Take care of yourself, old...
You're one.
Hey, Big Nose, where did Mr. Wessler go?
Unfortunately, I don't know, Big Face. But I wouldn't tell you even if I did. Really?
Say, did anyone ever tell you that you're an irritating piece of sh...
Anything else, dear sir?
Интересно, как на улицу попасть? А кто там? Там только заяц, если что-то может сказать.
I'm sorry we just...
Not at all.
Do you come here often? Do you... Wessler's secretary.
Olivia Blackwig.
It's worth a try, Marty, but let me do the talking.
What can I say? You know, back in the day, I flew from tree to tree. I was a free bird. Maybe... nice cup of coffee a la Zip.
We're not here for the coffee, Marty. Zip always knows more than what he lets on.
If he forgave us for wrecking his joint last time.
He'll never forgive us, Marty, but we helped him out of trouble so many times.
I hope you're right, old bird. Everything all right, old man?
If there's something we can do for you, just say so, okay?
Well, all right.
Ah, jeez, boys. Out of 2,000 joints in the city, how'd it end up here, huh?
Hello to you, too, Zip.
I had no problems.
Don't be such a drama queen.
And we won't even trash your place this time. What do you say?
I say let's get it over with very, very quick.
Relax, pal. We'll be as...
I'm not your pal. And you're as far from a hummingbird as I'm from a polar...
Oh, come on, Zip. Don't be so hard on yourself.
О, чайк. А, я же который по ней писал. Ладно, надо паузу сделать. Так что пока, всем пока.